Shadow's trip to Tennessee. Shadow had one goal when he packed his bags for Tennessee: survive a road trip without making terrible decisions. Unfortunately, Shadow was Shadow. About 2 hours into the drive, he stopped at a truck stop that looked like it had been built during a tornado and renovated by a raccoon. The men's bathroom contained three things: a broken sink, a suspicious smell, a plate of sausages sitting on a folding chair. No sign, no explanation. Just sausages. Shadow stared at them for a long moment. Well, he said, that probably enough road trip mystery for one day. He backed out slowly and never spoke of it again. Back on the highway, a sudden storm rolled in. Rain poured from the sky so hard that Shadow had to pull over. Fortunately, he had packed 12 umbrellas for reasons nobody understood, including Shadow himself. As he stood beside the road holding 3 umbrellas at once, he heard a loud horn. A dump truck rumbled past. A trailer was completely full of wieners. Thousands of them. Hot dogs bounced around the trailer like excited puppies. The side of the truck read, Tennessee Emergency Wiener Transport Division. Shadow blinked. That's probably a real government department, he said. It wasn't. Later that afternoon, he stopped at the roadside flower stand. There was only one flower left, a single rose. A rose brings luck. How much? $3. Shadow bought it immediately. 5 minutes later, he dropped it into a mud puddle. The luck lasted exactly 4 minutes and 58 seconds. That evening, he checked into a cheap motel with a giant Venus flytrap growing beside the front door. The thing was enormous. A bellhop was using it as a coat rack. Is that safe? Shadow asked. The bellhop shrugged. It only eats tourists. Shadow laughed nervously and checked in. The next morning, Shadow woke up feeling terrible. After a series of increasingly embarrassing doctor visits, awkward conversations, and one very judgmental pharmacist, he discovered he had somehow caught the clap. To this day, nobody knows how. Shadow certainly didn't. His travel journal simply reads, Day 3, caught the clap. No idea why. Possibly Tennessee magic. The rest of the trip didn't improve. One umbrella blew away and landed in a church steeple. The Venus flytrap somehow followed him for 30 miles. The dump truck of wieners passed him 3 more times, and every truck stop bathroom seemed to contain mysterious sausages. By the time Shadow finally returned home, he was exhausted, confused, and carrying a Venus flytrap that had apparently adopted him. When friends asked how his Tennessee vacation went, Shadow thought for a moment. Well, he said, I found bathroom sausages, saw a dump truck full of wieners, lost a lucky rose, got stalked by a Venus flytrap, caught the clap, and used more umbrellas than anyone in human history. His friends stared. Would you go back? Shadow smiled. Absolutely not. The Venus flytrap nodded in agreement. The end.